So your optional was sociology. So Saurabh, first of all, tell me about yourself.
Yes, ma'am. My name is Saurabh Sharma. I have been born and brought up in Uttar Pradesh. I have done my graduation from IIT Delhi. Post that, I have a brief stint in McKinsey and Company as a management consultant. Ma'am, I have left
Mhm.
that job and I'm preparing for this exam. This is my first
Mhm.
attempt and thus my first interview.
Okay. So your optional was sociology.
Yes, ma'am.
You're coming from engineering background and then you have switched to social science subject. Any particular reasons for that?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, during our BTech curriculum itself, we were made to undergo 5 humanities courses. So
Mm-hmm.
I took sociology as my first subject, and when I fell in love with the subject, I took 4 other courses in that subject only. And when the time
Mm-hmm.
came to choose an optional subject, civil
Mm-hmm.
engineering had a very vast syllabus, and I thought
Mm-hmm.
that initially I had read something about sociology as well in college, so let's explore that in depth. Also, ma'am, I felt that by studying sociology, I can equip myself with a better understanding of society, which will eventually help me in services as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so can you just tell me one particular point that how sociology has benefited you?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, sociology has given me an additional lens of how I see the world around me. Like, for
Mm-hmm.
instance, the institution of family, marriage, caste, uh, politics, economy, religion. My
Mm-hmm.
worldview towards these things have significantly changed after studying this discipline.
Can you elaborate it with any example?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, earlier I can give examples for each of them, but I would like to first start with the topic of religion. So, firstly, before studying the discipline, I didn't inquire much about why religion is there and what is the need for it. I was having a very common man understanding of religion. But when I went through the syllabus of sociology, like sociology of religion, I got to know how the evolution of religion took place. What is the functions of religion in society? Why religion still persists? What is the dysfunction of religion in society? The phenomena like religious revivalism, the phenomena like secularization of society, so these concepts in total give me a totally different lens of how to see religion and its impact in society.
Okay, since you have mentioned that you believe now that religion has specific functions, which you have now got better clarity, that's mean that your common sensical understanding on religion is been removed. So, Saurabh, tell me what are the two major functions as per Emile Durkheim of religion?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so Emile Durkheim, while studying Arunta tribe and their totemic practices, came to the conclusion that religion is a social fact and religion promotes social solidarity. In addition to it, it is a reflection of conscience collective. And by worshipping God, we worship society, as per Emile Durkheim.
The major function of religion, as per Emile Durkheim, is to bring solidarity. This is what you have meant.
Yes, ma'am.
And what is second?
Uh, Ma'am, in times of grief and uncertainty, it helps to give a solace.
This is what Emile Durkheim have said, or this is what given to us largely by Malinowski, Bronislaw Malinowski, who is also structural functionalist, and Redcliffe Brown.
I think this is given by Malinowski. I'm forgetting the second one, which is given by Durkheim. I can only
Redcliffe
recall
Brown.
conscience. Yes, ma'am. Malinowski, I think.
What
Emotional
is that
stress
book
theory.
name? What is that book name, Saurabh, on sociology, which Emile Durkheim has written on religion?
elementary forms of religious life.
Okay. So how Durkheim have viewed religion, which is bringing solidarity in society through religion. So what is that one particular point? So this is like, I'm giving you explanation, okay? And then I'll ask you another question, right? So this is how my one-to-one session will go with you. I'm just structuring my one-to-one session with you. For instance, when I asked you that what is the benefit you have got after studying sociology, very well you have articulated that your perception has changed now to understand society. But for that, you need to give me pragmatic answer. It means that try to have a conversation with me. Okay? Try to have a conversation with me while giving me answers. You do not have to give me academic answers, Saurabh, because you have already cleared your mains. Your knowledge has been tested out. This is a personality test. So even if any of your panelists is asking you question from sociology, it is not at all to check how much conceptual clarity or academic understanding you have. It is only to see application of your sociological understanding to analyze Indian society specifically and in general. How much that you have developed.
Okay.
Please take out your pen and copies so that while I'm giving you suggestions on every question, you'll write it down.
Okay.
Okay, so Saurabh, the first question which I have asked you, you have articulated really well. Articulation, no problem, no single suggestion I like to give you. बहुत अच्छे से frame किया आपने. I would say choices of expressions should be more in a dialogue manner.
Okay.
Okay? Because मैंने अभी आपको समझा दिया कि knowledge नहीं test हो रहा आपका.
Yes.
You could have said like this, Saurabh. Okay, now I'm giving you like imitation के किस तरीके से आप ये आंसर दे सकते थे. You could have said, ma'am, that sociology have broadened my understanding from commonsensical perspective to scientific analysis of society. This is a broader objective of sociology to debunk our society. So now when you are telling me, you have to conversation with me, you need to talk to me. Okay, so you need to see this, that you need to say that my commonsensical understanding has been vanished after studying sociology. Now I am looking the same phenomenon of society in a rational manner, in a critical manner. For instance, then I asked you a question, क्या आप कोई example बता सकते हो? आपने बहुत अच्छे से बताया, but again elaborated था कि religion का, politics का, economics का. This is all you have said. Are you comfortable with Hindi, Saurabh?
Yes,
आप comfortable हो ना हिंदी के साथ?
Yes, ma'am.
You understand Hindi? You are from Bihar, right?
Yes.
कोई problem नहीं. Okay, all right. Yeah. So I just wanted to tell you this. So उसको आपको conversation की तरह रखना है. Academics की तरह नहीं sound करना, पहला point. तो उसको आपको कम शब्दों में बात करते हुए उसको आंसर करना है कि मेरी जो enhance है वो enhancing है to understand society, वो enhance हो चुका है. Like मेरी जो analyzing है, okay, enhance हो चुकी है. That's what I'm saying कि enhancement पे आपको you need to focus on that. After that, when you have given example of religion, okay, then again you need to condense your answer. So you could have said the way you have said about Emile Durkheim का बाद में, लेकिन अभी दूसरा का मैं आपको आंसर बता रही हूँ. So you could have said that now I have understood the origin of religion. So religion is, as per Immanuel Durkheim, it's to bring solidarity, is to bring peace in society. Religion is socially constructed by us only, by human only, so that we can maintain stability. Earlier, I was understanding religion from my socialization perspective, from commonsensical understanding that it is to about worship gods. Different gods we worship according to different cultural values, religious values. Now I understand, as Emile Durkheim have given that understanding in elementary forms of religious life, that religion is to bring identity. This is what he has said. So the function of religion is what? It is giving you an identity. So when we are worshipping totem, we may worshipping totem, but it is actually a collective concise that we all who are following same rituals and beliefs, and we are all follower of this totem, we have a collective identity. Then the way you have said that it is to bring psychological, you have said no, psychological aspect, that it gives us some sort of psychological explanation, psychological help to understand things around us. So it satisfies our psychological urge. So this is broadly given to us by Malinowski and Radcliffe Brown, and they both were structural functionalists. Okay, so what you have to do is you just have to give a very conversation dialogue based answer.
Okay.
So whatever you have learned so far in sociology, if I may ask you, from now onwards, you need to give me, Saurabh, an answers which should sound to me like as if I am talking to you. तुम्हारी personality बाहर आनी चाहिए. Because I can see your DAF, there are lot many things mentioned. बहुत अच्छा है सारा, ठीक है? You need to endeavor for achieving highest marks in personality test. Okay, so rigid नहीं दिखाना है अपने आप को, creative दिखाना है. You need to bring more smile on your face.
Yes, ma'am.
You need to bring more smile on your face. You need to develop connection with your panelist. I do not want to see how much knowledge you have, because तुम्हारा डेफ एक बारी पढ़ने से ही पता लग जाएगा that you are a highly academic oriented aspirant.
Yes,
Okay, then your father is also some retired engineer, right?
Yes, ma'am.
And then you have lot many scholarship and meditation you have written and all that point. ऐसे डैफ को आप कैसे, इस ऐसे जो डैफ्स आते हैं उनमें पैनलिस्ट की क्या अंडरस्टैंडिंग होती है कि अच्छा बच्चा है, एकेडमिकली साउंड है, काफी ये और वो, क्रिएटिविटी पे आप हाई मार्क्स लेके आ सकते हो. आप अपना थोड़ा सा, you can bring jolly nature, because generally aspirants like you who have achieved high, in academics, they have personality like you only. So this is what I had expected when I saw your DAF before even seeing you, and this is what I have got. And this is what I have got the feedback from my team, from Plutus IS team, that ma'am, this is a very good person, because I have just decided to just give one-to-one session or training to few aspirants. ओके, तो लगे भी कि हाँ कुछ हेल्प हुआ है. तो आपको जो चेंजेस अपने कॉन्वर्जेशन में लेके आने हैं, द मेजर चेंजेस यू हैव टू ब्रिंग, you need to be more social while you talk. You need to maintain lot of communication skills, that connection, as if you are talking to your professors. So there has to be definitely a thin line, but you just think of those professors in your life. कोई तो आपके लाइफ में प्रोफेसर्स होंगे जिनके साथ आप एक कॉर्डियल रिलेशन भी मेंटेन करते होंगे. एट द सेम टाइम ही इज योर प्रोफेसर हु इज गाइडिंग यू फॉर योर लाइफ, फॉर योर एकेडमिक्स एंड नॉलेज. एट द सेम टाइम आप कुछ कंफर्ट पोजीशन में भी होगे. डू यू हैव एनी सच प्रोफेसर्स?
Yes, ma'am. Many.
Many. So how you used to talk to them?
Ma'am, the way like
The way you are smiling right now, the moment you
yes.
have thought of your professors, see, you got the smiling face.
Ma'am, actually, this is not a problem because in any interview I have been given this feedback that I have good communication and I am having a
Hmm.
jolly face. So that's not a very
While
big
giving
issue.
it, yeah, that's good to hear that if you do not have any such comment. What I'm trying to say that you can bring while if a question come to you where, for instance, I asked you for a sociological question, right? When you were telling me sociological answer, you were telling me academic answer, it didn't seem to me that you are having a conversation with me. For that, you have to bring that jolly and smiley face.
Actually, ma'am, I have been told opposite in many mocks. Like I used to smile a lot, and that's why that's a bad thing. And they said that when you are
Acha, this is a feedback you have got in your mock.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, chalo, fine. But when you are telling me your answers, it should be in a dialogue manner. Okay, even if they have told you, if many of the panelists have told you that you do not have to smile a lot, definitely you need to make a balance. But then you do not have to give me academic answers like that. You need to talk to me while giving your answers.
Ma'am, but
Okay?
like I have a doubt here that
Ha ha.
if I do not use some like jargon of sociology, how will it
Hmm.
stand out that I am a student of sociology?
See, the moment you have said Imail Durkheim, the moment you
Yes,
said that it is about collective conscience, it will actually give in you understanding कि आप हो सोशियोलॉजी के स्टूडेंट, लेकिन आपको उसको नॉर्मल वे में आंसर करना है ना, बिल्कुल नॉर्मल वे में. Because my major question was to you that how it has benefited you. As I said that you have given a good answer on that. But when now you are giving me explanation, you are giving me, okay, you are telling me that he has studied Arunta tribes. तो जब आपने अरुणा ट्राइब्स का ही नाम बता दिया, उसके बाद आप एक्सपेक्ट बता रहे हो, तो आपको वन लाइनर में आंसर देना है ना, दैट इमैनुएल डर्कहाइम हैव गिवन फंक्शनल पर्सपेक्टिव, functional understanding of religion.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so the religion is to promote stability, peace, whereas we have conflict theories such as Karl Marx, who has contradictory opinion on religion. So for him, tell me now, what is Karl Marx's opinion on religion?
Ma'am, he says that religion is opium of masses and sigh of sightless, hope of hopeless, and it is a
So
creation of
why
capitalist class.
of the masses?
Ma'am, because Marx says that it promotes false consciousness, and religion is a
Hmm.
creation of bourgeois class, and they have
Yes.
created it for the whole proletariat to always remain in this illusionary world.
So that they do not challenge their
Channel their energy
bourgeoisie.
towards the revolution. Yeah.
Very good. Yes. Now, do you know if we'll just take on little bit on religion only? So, do you think that one of the major religion, one of the major social problems in our world today, it's actually because of rigidity of religious belief, religious beliefs in our world.
Yes, ma'am. Fundamentalism.
Okay, elaborate on this.
Ma'am, fundamentalism refers to when a group of people attach themselves to the core text and the orthodox interpretation of religion and proclaim it to be the only truth. And they have a vision to make the whole world believe that that is the only truth and that is the orthodox living style dating back to the
Hmm.
original text.
Hmm. So that means that the function of religion is not now fulfilling,
Yes, ma'am.
right? So it become dysfunctional now,
Yes, ma'am.
according to Emile Durkheim.
Ma'am, according to Durkheim, it is like he has not commented on fundamentalism per se, but like fundamentalism is certainly one of the dysfunction of the religion. But there are many functions of religion even today. That is why we are seeing religious revivalism also.
But the point here is when Emile Durkheim may not have directly spoke on function, like this fundamentalism, but he has said that anything which is challenging solidarity and peace, it is dysfunctional. And the only positive aspects of dysfunctional, such as crime, according to Emile Durkheim, is what, Saurabh? For example,
Ma'am,
crime, how crime is also functional.
ma'am, he says that crime like situation is anomy and it is injuring the conscience collective, and which in turn society gives reaction to repair that conscience collective through form of punishment.
So how it is functional? You are telling that by giving punishment they want to repair its pathological ills, but how come crime is functional according to Durkheim?
Ma'am, I'm forgetting on this aspect.
See, you said no that society. अभी आपने आंसर दिया है. You have said that the function of religion is to promote peace. You are clear with that? Fundamentalist, being fundamentalist is one of the challenges. Okay, so it is social current. Now, how it is functional, any crime, any deviance, how it is functional, because it is telling society that this is something we have to stop.
Mm-hmm.
The moment you have said that we have to repair, so it means that this is something, it is a pathological ill. And this is what Emile Durkheim have advocated, that sociologists are like social physicians. They are
Yes.
social physicians because they need to repair the challenges.
Yes, ma'am.
So it is in that way, even this is a very beautiful explanation of Durkheimian perspective, that even crimes like rape, situations like poverty, unemployment, it is setting examples to us that these should be stopped and we have to repair such problems.
Yes, ma'am.
Clarity आई है इस पे? And now you have given a good answer. This is a balanced thing you have to maintain. अब आपने बहुत ही अच्छे से, आई डोंट थिंक सो कि तुम्हारा स्माइल का प्रॉब्लम है, क्योंकि अभी आपने जो मुझको सेकंड आंसर दिया है इसमें यू हैव मेंटेन दैट कॉन्वर्सेशन वेयर आई फेल दैट यू आर टॉकिंग टू मी. So this is what you have to maintain. Maybe other panelists who have suggested you that you are smiling a lot, so maybe in the beginning while you are talking and speaking, तो हो सकता है उसमें आप ज़्यादा smile कर रहे हो.
Yes,
Okay, because in 1-to-1 so I can see that कि starting में मुझे बहुत ही academic type of लगा है answer, और अभी आपने you worked like in second you understood. So there is no issues in that. Okay. Achha,
Okay.
now I'll ask you another question in sociology. See, my idea is just to revise your sociology in case any question come from your optional. Okay, so you do not have to give long answers. That's it. In
Okay.
case कोई भी question आपका इंडियन सोसाइटी के ऊपर आता है या पेपर 1 से आता है, because see, sociology is that one optional, Saurabh. I think all of the panelists would be there, will be well versed with major thinkers like Karl Marx, Immanuel Kant, okay, Weber, Bourdieu. So these all are social philosophers जो generally सबको पता होता है. And sociology subject, it is because we are dealing with society, as Andre Bataille says. If you have read Andre Bataille, what he has said, he has explained that sociology, the major problem of teaching sociology or learning sociology, there are lot many common phenomena involved in what we study, what we study scientifically. So generally people have their perceptions, and this is a major obstacle in learning about sociology because people take it as a soft discipline. As you have said that we do have, I already had an understanding of religion, or I did, when you were doing your graduation, you thought that आपको interest है, you fell in love with the subject and all, because you believe कि हम जो भी पढ़ रहे हैं, excuse me, I have a throat issue right now. Excuse me, sorry. So because of that, हम generally ये लेते हैं. So what is the challenge of sociology? This is what Max Weber have said, that sociologists need to train their mind. Sociologists need to train their mind to have value relevance. What is value relevance? Value relevance is that you need to just check whether you are thinking and understanding society rationally or you are influenced by your own values. तो हम अपने values से समाज को समझ रहे हैं या हम अब rational होके समझ रहे हैं, ठीक है?
Yes, ma'am.
Now my next question to you, and the way you have answered me, अभी ये वाला question वैसे ही आप fundamentalism वाला जो आपने भी answer दिया है, you try to give me answer in that manner, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, Saurabh, now tell me why Karl Marx is being considered as radical thinker and Durkheim as reformer.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, Karl Marx has gone out of the way to prescribe a solution in the form of revolution, and he has, in his historical materialism theory, talked about how society has been divided in historic phases, and he even has given that how society should be in terms of socialism and communism, and he has described a violent method for the same. And his theories have at times and at places in history instigated the masses, as we see in Russian Revolution, to act in a certain way. That is why he is being termed as revolutionary. On the other hand, Durkheim uh, is describing functions of society, and he is a true believer that society in itself will cure for all its evils and ills, and he has put all the thrust on the values conscience collective of society itself. And he has given he has been described as you said that sociologists should be social physicians. He has said that anatomy or pathology of any kind should be cured by moral reforms, ethical reforms, etc.
Excellent. Durkheim point is great, but Karl Marx have never proposed for a violent revolution. In fact, Karl Marx have said that I am not a Marxist. Karl Marx have never called for any bloody revolution. When he said that workers of the world unite, he was only asking workers to come out of their false consciousness.
Mm.
Do you know the concept of class for itself and class for itself?
Yes, ma'am.
So he just asked that you do not have to become a class for just yourself. You need to understand as your situation as a community. Okay. So Karl Marx, when he was simply saying that the workers of the world unite, he was simply saying that you need to work for your own species being. Do you know that Karl Marx has said that what is humans? Why humans are different from other species? Do you know this?
No, ma'am.
Okay, write down few points. So Karl Marx have said that human species are different from other species because of their human potential. And Karl Marx have called humans as a species being. So the term is species being. Why species being? Now I'll ask you, Saurabh. आपका आंसर बिल्कुल सही था, सिर्फ एक लाइन जो है, इट्स मे बी बिकॉज आई डू नॉट नो कौन सी बुक्स पढ़ी हैं आपने सोशियोलॉजी के लिए?
Ma'am, for thinkers, I have read Ritzer also, and
But in Ritzer, there is nothing mentioned like that he has talked about violent revolution.
ma'am, I thought
The thing is, okay. Let me just give you the answer. It's okay. See, what happened is with thinkers, whether it's Karl Marx, whether it's Durkheim or Weber and all this work, these are in originals. Okay. So when we get understanding, for example, when we are reading Ritzer or when we are reading the good books, I'm not talking about the kind of material which is available in your Krolwak market or in the UPSC industry market, or what type of book or the book which is there on internet. No, I'm not talking about that. The fact you people have to understand that these sociological thinkers were writing in Germany, and the kind of book which we have got, it is a translation. Okay, so the choices of the book which you people take, it make a huge difference in your answers writing. For instance, species being, agar I think if you will ask, I believe that somebody who have foundations in sociology, and if you'll ask somebody like that student or that person, he will know that what is species being. So I'm just quickly explaining you this. So Karl Marx has just said that other species are also indulged into activities. They're also eating, they're also reproducing, they're also working for their survival. But what makes humans different? It's about human potential. And what is that human potential? You may find this explanation in the books, or जिस तरीके से flooded है UPSC industry में इसका explanation, okay, वो बहुत क्लियर नहीं है, और आई वुड से कि वो सिर्फ लिख दिया गया है जस्ट टू अट्रैक्ट यूपीएससी एस्पिरेंट्स, बट वो क्लैरिटी आई बिलीव कि नहीं है. दिस इज माय पर्सनल एक्सप्लेनेशन. ओके, सो व्हाट इज ह्यूमन पोटेंशियल? डू यू नो अबाउट ह्यूमन पोटेंशियल? ये तो आपको पता होगा, कार्ल मार्क्स का.
yes, ma'am. So, like he has described, ma'am, like he has in reference to work, he has given that like work is an activity in which human can derive true pleasure, but the setup of work is such that they feel alienated and the human potential is not realized.
Is now challenged. So the point here is that human potential he has explained with human greed. Okay, the major problem of capitalism is not the capitalist mode of production. Okay, so Karl Marx said that we humans have this special characteristics, and what is that? We plan before getting indulged into any activities. Humans construct that activities in their brain. So while capitalist or modern system has been created, so people know what they are doing. So the obstacle or challenge is not with capitalism, it's not with capitalist mode of production, is with humans' greed. So deliberately we have created a system in which we are not allowing certain sections of our society to reach to their highest potential. And how? That's what you have just explained, through alienation. Okay, so that is what you would see, that Karl Marx have given such a important perspective in sociology, but then even then there is an argument, there are school of thoughts which says that Karl Marx was not a sociologist. He was a radical thinker. He was a political philosopher. Okay, So Durkheim is reformist because he's saying that excuse me, because he simply says he has a full faith in societal construction. He knew that society will automatically, with its morality, will bring the changes, and whatsoever the challenges and the problems, society as a whole will work on it. Whereas Karl Marx was analyzing society from economical perspective, and in that he has given the two classes. Right? Now tell me that often you must have heard this phrase that failed Karl Marx failed in analyzing capitalism, because capitalism we are still seeing. So do you also believe that Karl Marx failed in his analysis of modern society?
To an extent, ma'am, we can agree that he had failed, because we see the concept of compassionate capitalism also in the present setup. Like, we see the models of what Mr. Narayan Murthy had earlier talked about, that that if the company is going into loss, the major CEO should take a salary cut rather than hiring people. And we also see industrialists like Mr. Ratan Tata, who donate wealth, who generate wealth and donate wealth. And in this form, ma'am, capitalism is not as an evil, which was as was seen by Marx. It has
Hmm.
changed form from one form to the other form, and is still surviving in 21st century.
So do you know about one important point in what had happened in 2008? Tell me.
Ma'am, the
We
global
had a
financial
global
crisis.
crisis. Huh? Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, global financial crisis was there.
Yes. So there was an article. Okay, there was an article which was written by George Magnus. Okay, and he says that give Karl Marx a chance. Please write down. Give Karl Marx a chance to save the world economy.
Hmm.
So if Karl Marx had failed, and the way you have said that there are passionate capitalists too, so why Raghuram Rajan, you must be knowing, right? Who was a former International Monetary Fund, and he was a chief economics over there and India's RBI governor as well. He had predicted about global financial crisis. So if Karl Marx actually failed in a way, so why this recent event had happened? If we had actually such a passionate capitalists around us, such as Murthy and all, so why such crisis had happened?
Ma'am, this is to do with inherent nature of capitalist economy, which works on cyclic mode of, like, there is recession, then there is boom, and this is a cycle
Hmm,
which goes on. It had
hmm,
happened in 1929 as well, in the form of
hmm,
Great Depression. Happened in the
hmm,
form of 2008 crisis. Some
hmm,
see it happening even in the last year or so, when there were major layoffs. Having said that,
hmm,
ma'am, it is very self-sustaining in its own way, and
hmm,
despite having recession, we see boom. And on the
hmm,
other hand, if we analyze other economy like socialist economy, or communist economy, as what former USSR and China used to say, capitalism and its elements are present even there as well. And true communism, as propagated by Marx, didn't exist anytime.
but the idea is 2008 crisis happened. Why it
Yes,
had
ma'am.
happened? So we need to understand one thing, that Karl Marx, we will try to avoid this line if in case people ask you that Karl Marx did fail, because he's such a legendary philosopher. कार्ल मार्क्स एक लेजेंड है. ओके, उनका कंट्रीब्यूशन इज कंपेयर्ड विद द कंट्रीब्यूशन ऑफ एल्बर्ट आइंस्टाइन और किनसे, जो कि कैपिटलिस्ट ग्रुप है वॉल स्ट्रीट में. ठीक है, तो वो लोग भी उनके कंट्रीब्यूशन को बोलते हैं कि इतना मेजर कंट्रीब्यूशन है. हाउ यू कैन फ्रेम दिस आंसर? ओके, यू कैन से दैट कार्ल मार्क्स did not fail completely. Somehow he could not understand the important component of our world, that humans adapt, right? So Karl Marx could not see that capitalism or capitalist system will adapt in coming days, in near future, where capitalism would also give ample amount of opportunities, the way these capitalists, the names you have mentioned, by which you can also get some examples like Dhirubhai Ambani and all. So here you are also, if you are hardworking and you are working with your all zeals and you are strategist and everything, so you can also reach to the higher level. Okay, but the point here is Karl Marx could not understand that yes, capitalism can also adapt, which was later we have come to know by the writings of Talcott Parson, right? Talcott Parson and Robert Merton, these people have given us AGIL model. So here we can see Durkheim is very much correct. That society will look its place, but it is to say that then you can just refer to 2008 crisis. So the largely 2008 crisis, it happened how? Because of commodification. So people were getting the money and then they were attracted to invest on real estate, and then there was issues, right? Banking system में आया ना problem 2008 में, जिसमें रघुराम राजन ने बताया था. Okay, so you can see that how those problem have arisen. तो अगर कुछ ऐसा conversation आ रहा है तो हम इसको इस तरीके से chill करेंगे. Okay, because in case मान लो वहां पे कोई पैनलिस्ट है जो प्रो मार्क्सिस्ट है, और it's not about being pro Marxist, you should see on your own, थोड़ा सा मतलब analyze करो, contemplate करो.
Well, actually, my answer, I had said initially that to some extent Marx has failed, and I had also mentioned the thing that it has changed from one form to the other form, as we see in 21st century. Like I have mentioned all these things. Maybe it didn't come out.
To some extent he failed, थोड़ा सा मुझे लगा कि इसको आप better phrase कर सकते हो.
This I also like the point which you said that it has changed one from other, and like this also I clearly remember I had said that it has changed forms, and we see different form of capitalism.
तो आप ये कह सकते हो कि you can say like that Karl Marx maybe failed in recognizing adaptation point. तो ये I believe ये neutral लग रहा है, because I am listening to your answers, no. So I can just say कि मतलब to the extent he failed, then you are explaining that how he has failed. कि capitalism, capitalism ने अपने आप को adapt कर लिया, ठीक है. बात आप ऐसे भी कह सकते हैं, आप इस तरीके से भी तो कह सकते हो ना, that to the extent I would say that I would not say that he failed, but I would say that yes, he may not recognized the fact. तो change हो गया ना point. आप ही का point है जो आप बोल रहे हो.
Okay.
That's what you have to say. Now, then these are some of the points. Then we can have the thinkers part, right? So apart from that, then we can move to, I believe कि अगर इतना thinkers crucial question नहीं पूछा गया है, आपसे नहीं पूछा जाएगा, तो आपको Indian society के ऊपर तो definitely you will get the question, right? On social problems, major social problems.
Yes, ma'am.
That you can get. So we can just ask questions from there. Or if you have any particular point from sociological point, you can ask me. Then we can move to the next part.
Ma'am, like I had 2-3 questions which I had been asked in few interviews. To which if you could give some input, it would be very helpful. Ma'am, first is sociology related to artificial intelligence and how it will impact society and relationships within society. Second question, ma'am, related to sociology of Uttar Pradesh and sociology of Bihar. If you could give some input on these questions, it would be very helpful.
Okay. So when we are talking about artificial intelligence, right? So what is the major societal issues in it? That you are going to take away the job from humans, and it has to be technologies which is going to replace humans think, right? This is what we are talking about.
Yes, ma'am.
Now you need to understand, you can just frame your understanding that when did sociology emerged? Sociology emerged when technological changes become rapid, and then there was a chaos in society during 19th, during 18th, 19th century, right?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is, we have to always see that whensoever there is a technological changes, there is a positive and negative impact.
Yes, ma'am.
Here you need to bring Anthony Giddens, because Anthony Giddens, take out the name Anthony Giddens, you bring body law, all postmodernist. यहाँ पे आपको postmodernist लेके आना है. Body law, Michel Foucault, Derrida.
Okay.
Okay, so these contemporary sociologists, and also Luis Althusser, Antonio Gramsci. Okay, so these people are already critical about science and technological development and its impact on society. And one of the important thinker which you have to bring, that is William Ogburn, cultural lag theory.
Yes.
So this question is basically Saurabh from your topic 10. You remember not topic 10, technology and
Social change.
जो आपका paper 1 में जो है social change and technology. So you need to bring this point that we do have to understand that, as Anthony Giddens have said, the technology and the consequences of modernity is like double sword, two-edged sword, right? So you will have positive impact, at the same time you will have negative impact. So positive impact is the way we have got control over death rates, birth rates, technologies, okay? We have moved to moon, such points, and it is helping only human races.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
Ma'am,
it is not, it is only helping human races. Now the debate about artificial intelligence, right? You need to bring some science and technological points, and then you have to say that even those artificial intelligence point, which is actually, it is saying कि employment खत्म हो जाएगा ये, what we have to work on, we have to work on bringing a massive social change in the world. We need to bring tribal societies, we need to bring that underprivileged society in the domain of education. We have to make them skilled. The problem is not artificial intelligence. The problem is bringing and giving intelligence to the masses. And here you can add Marxist perspective. This is the Marxist perspective. So you can talk about eugenics, euthenics. So eugenics and euthenics, what it is telling us कि आप कैसे अपनी genes, अभी we do have a DNA, combination technologies. So we do have all these technologies which is also helping. Yeah, pehli, you can have genetic counseling, you can have genetic screening, and then you can think by having lot many other usage of technologies. So वो तो help कर रहा है. तो आपको पहले देखना. So if they are saying that how sociology is contributing to artificial intelligence, you can say that sociology has emerged in 18th century because of technological changes, and it is not to say that technology is only devastating in nature. As even Karl Marx, who have spoke about inequality, even he says that humans have reached to their highest potential during this time only, because the problem of human survival is now worked on. So we have large scale of production. So technology is not at all problematic. The problem is human greed. So now with artificial intelligence, if we are depriving certain sections from job, this is the problem. So we have to bring. Then you can also talk about tribal integration. मतलब आपको अपना डाइवर्सिटी दिखाना है.
Yes, ma'am.
So I hope you understood this one.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, so specifically, one of the panelists had asked me that how artificial intelligence will impact relations in society, like family or teacher-student relation. Or
बेटा ये तो क्वेश्चन ही आया था साल 2003 में about marriage institutions and all. I have a meeting. अच्छा.
Okay, ma'am. No.
Okay. Saurabh, you know what? We can do one thing. You can we'll have more sessions if you want, right? So you can do one thing. You just tell me all those questions which is there in your mind. You can just a moment.
Okay, ma'am.
Just give me 5 minutes. Yeah, Saurabh. Okay.
You are telling. Yes, ma'am.
I have another aspirant for 1-to-1. Acha.
Okay, ma'am.
So Saurabh, what were those questions? Can you just let me know all those questions so that we can have direct conversation in next meeting? But next meeting will be on Saturday. When is your interview, beta?
Ma'am, the date is not out yet, so I have time.
अभी date नहीं आया तो अभी आपके पास time है ना?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you are in touch with my management teams?
Plutus. Yes.
Yeah, Plutus IS.
Yes, ma'am.
Team के साथ हो आप connected? Okay, so we can do one thing. हम एक systematic चीज रखेंगे सौरभ next time के लिए, क्योंकि now I think you understood what I wanted to tell you largely. Anna, so what we can do is I'll have one or more sessions if you feel like, and we'll have exact discussions on those questions which you have, जो आपके 2 से 3 doubts हैं उस पे, and then I will just from the beginning, from topic 1 till your topic 2, उसमें से कौन से क्वेश्चंस है जिसमें आप सोशियोलॉजिकल अपना इनपुट दे सकते हो जनरली भी, उस पे हम डिस्कशन कर लेंगे. सो we need to make it systematic. So generally my first 1-to-1 I make it like this only, that where I see the aspirants, I try to understand their things. So my feedback, let me just give you quick feedback to you. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So confidence level, there is nothing you need to work on. Good amount of confidence. Okay. You're also clearing your points, that what you have said, what you have not. So it's mean that you know what you have said. ठीक है, तो ये कॉन्फिडेंस का लेवल अच्छा है इस पे. आई टू आई कॉन्टैक्ट वो तो हम देखेंगे कभी, अगर आप आते हो उस पे तो मैं आपका इंटरव्यू का आपने करा है ना, अभी आप आए हो प्लूटस आईएस पे ना इंटरव्यू के लिए, तो मॉक इंटरव्यू के लिए
ऑनलाइन किया था मैम मैंने 1 हफ्ते पहले.
अच्छा, वो ऑनलाइन ही किया था, तो फिर मैं आपका फिर वीडियोस, इट विल नॉट बी हेल्पफुल टू मी, सो आई हैव टू सी योर जेस्चर्स, हाउ यू हैव कम, हाउ यू हैव सेट एंड ऑल दैट. So where are you living? In Bihar only right now, or you're in Delhi?
No, actually, ma'am, I have born and brought up in UP. I have been born and brought up in UP. I live in
So why are you
Kushinagar.
taking in physical?
Sorry?
Why are you not taking one to, like mock in physical?
Ma'am, like I'm not in Delhi. I'm in UP only, but the
So you're in
distance is
UP
that.
only. Okay. So the thing is that only I cannot comment on how you have said and what is your gesture and all, but I think you have a perfect personality, pleasing personality. Okay, so you have patience level 2. Conversation करते करते you just have to be more determined थोड़ा सा, और ऐसा लगना चाहिए that okay, he is like, we need to take administrator like him only. उस पर थोड़ा सा और वर्कआउट करता है. Sorry, my throat is like I'm having this cough. ठीक है, so that we can work on. Or plus you need to just see that if there are any questions in which you get stuck out, so you very positively, very leniently, you just have to say that okay ma'am, I do not understand this question, and you do not have to be argumentative. एक तो ये भी, you do not have to be argumentative. You can give the point. 1-to-1 में तो हम डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं, वो आप कर सकते हो, ठीक है. लेकिन अगर इन केस आपका कॉन्वर्सेशन सेकंड और थर्ड लेवल पे चला जाता है, फॉर एग्जांपल फॉर मी कार्ल मार्क्स वाज नॉट फेल्ड, for me. ठीक है, but you said no, he failed up to the extent you can say, up to the, to some extent you can say, but for me no, he's not. So अब यहाँ पे how to come and give neutral satisfying answer, that is point you have to maintain. You do not have to get such conversation, क्योंकि see, there is a thin line between Saurabh having confidence and having overconfidence. As I said, there is nothing you need to work on your confidence level. So that's when you are at the complete edge. So ना आपका confidence कम है, ना आपका confidence ज़्यादा है. You need to maintain that line. So if in case अगर ऐसा कुछ conversation हो जाता है, you do not have to play on your ego. Ego सब side में, right?
Yeah.
You just have to say that yes, if I'll see in this manner, yes, it is correct. You can also say that Karl Marx did not fail. However, he could not realize that capitalism can adapt it. जो उसका आंसर आपने बहुत अच्छे से दिया भी है. बिकॉज अगर आप पैनलिस्ट को ही बोलोगे कि शायद आपने सुना नहीं, मैंने ये पॉइंट बोला था, अगर आपके माइंड में है that okay right now I am not in the panelist, I am not giving interview, and if it was there in your mind that okay she is faculty and I'm not giving original interview, then it's fine अगर आप one to one discussion वगैरह कर रहे हो, but this statement you cannot give over there.
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So beta, I do have another one to one session. So
Thank you so
we'll
much,
meet.
ma'am.
You're welcome, Saurabh. So आप अपने जितने भी क्वेश्चंस है ना बेटा, आप मुझको बता सकते हो, and then I'll let you out. अगर मेरा one to one session नहीं भी मिल पाया, so I'll ask my assistant to frame the answers for you, and then she will give you the answers.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much. Lovely talking to you.
Thank you, Saurabh. Bye bye.